afternoon, everyone. All well? Thank you. I hope Jai Janza. You're providing lunch? Yes. So I think you'll have to talk to him nicely. Paying him strike and let lunch. So I want to talk about the matters that we've engaged in here for the short while that have been around, and the issues that have been going on in Kiambu and the county is rogue. I want to disclose that Dr. Nyaga was my groupmate in the discussions during my MBA at Stratton, that is 2014-2015. And whatever he's doing is not right. I have reached out to him on the sidelines, I've told him it's not okay. He seems cowardly because he wants to please his masters, but that is not what we live for, because we have a CBA that must be upheld as per the law. So anything else that they're doing is just a game that should find them personally liable. So I want to begin by what one of the doctors talked about, trying to frustrate them. That is, I think Dr. Patrick Sema. If they keep on frustrating each and every one of us, we all have claims against the officers individually. And they are realizable, and the law is usually framed in a way that there is a damage to be paid, like an amount to be paid from these persons. And a claim can arise such that as many cases as you file, you can do it strategically in a way that it frustrates them until they act in order to do the right thing. So most of these county governments have been doing this because they know doctors are somehow gentle people, humble people. They are kind of thought of as cowardly. And unfortunately, we shared this the other time. Last time, I don't know what happened. You really did as a good one. The last show time. When you went back to work and you were like, you will not put it off. So right now, I'm happy that you're courageous enough and you'll maintain the courage to the end. Because that's the only resolve to actually solve this matter. It's not easy. It requires our resilience. It's really difficult when the threat is behind you that you lose your pay and your pension and everything, and you're likely facing the exit from the employment system. That's not the reality. The only harm that the employer has got is that one, to threaten you, intimidate you, and do whatever they've done right now. They're calling for advertisements for persons, to place them in higher job groups than ourselves here. It's not okay. So that enticement of outsiders, when the insiders are complaining about the same things you're supposed to correct, is not okay. So optically it can look like a good thing that they want to cure the shortages, but on terms of promotions, that is not right. There's another concept of implied promotion. If you've been serving, like the way Dr. Kamara has been serving as a consultant, he is impliedly promoted as a neurosurgeon, and he's offering services as a neurosurgeon, and someone is benefiting from these services, but the pay is not due. So informally he's promoted, and legally he's owed arrears from the time he started serving as a consultant. So you're enjoying my services, you have not protested, you're not treating me as an MO, I'm offering you specialized services. So you have infringed on Dr. Kamara's rights as a consultant. So from the time of posting order, when it came as a neurosurgeon, right? It did not come as a medical officer. So that's an implied promotion. So just present it before the judge and it's construed as a promotion. And a back date of promotion from that day and the arrears due to be due. So it's a concept of creation of how the law is interpreted. So the HR people may not understand these things, but they just think they can do it just to oppress us. And they keep sticking to the scheme of service which says you must have done this and that. Now if he's met SMCs, and the fact that now you're being told you have to do SLDP, but you have that 6 months, 2 years grace period, those considerations must be done to place us in the rightful job groups. There is no shortcut to it. And this is the only time to push get those demands. Kakamega we did it yesterday, Machakos we did it in November, and recently, I think it is, which is the other county? Marsabit, yes. We got some of those amendments. It's because the doctors decided it's enough. We must put our foot down and get our things done in good order. On the issues of transfers, Dr. Maina has talked about the transfer allowance and the baggage allowance. So all those many frequent movements that are happening to yourselves, you should get it on your payslip before you move out. That's 1 month of basic salary. And none of us has been claiming. So if you transferred 5 times, you raise an invoice and demand the amount. Because why was I being moved as many these times, then my money is not yet following me wherever I'm going, as much as it's claiming service need, no one understands this service need. It's a fictional thing to coerce you, to manage you to conform to their standard of disciplining you in an informal way. It's some of those funny tools the HR has to just annoy you. So we must be resilient to that. The courts have pronounced themselves on this, that you cannot transfer people haphazardly without good order, just to disadvantage them. And also, the Public Service Commission says, if you have children settled in a school somewhere, you are having a household, you cannot just disrupt people's lives anyhow, anyway. It's not allowable. And the law is very clear, such conditions must be looked at before you make a transfer. So uprooting children from one school to another 60 kilometers away, the locations and all that, it's not right. On the best interests of a child, that should not happen. Unless it's really dire that there's no other substitute to go to get you another person to that replacement. So these things are in the Public Service HR Manual, in the Public Service Act, and all HR should know this, but they know. But they take the advantage that you may not know. So you have to know, so that you assert yourself and say, enough, I'm not going to go to this place, like the way Dr. Kibinji was translocated from that place to other place just because he's trying to be outspoken about our matters. That should not see the light of day. There's the other thing of the baggage allowance. Transport. You demand for a car to ferry your items. And if your items, again, are not ferryable, the car is not available, they give you money to ferry your items. So there are two allowances. The other one is the daily subsistence allowance in motion. Like, you're supposed to be given another allowance. So there are like 3 allowances to be paid when you're translocated. So this one now is paid to you as the officer, your spouse, and up to 4 children. And the children, they're all in the HR manual. Just Google to HR manual 2016, look at transfers, and look at the allowances that follow matters of transfer. So you can make a claim like 100K as many times as they want to keep on moving you about. And that is what is stated in that HR manual. So your spouse being dislocated with yourself, and your 4 children. If the children are above 18, the 4 of them, all of you are paid equally. Transfer daily subsistence allowances. So, and if you're below 18, half rate of the officer. So, ukifanya msafu pesa kwamba mimi kabla nisonge nione hii pesa ni kwanza. Before that isonge harakishi. I don't have enough money, have my loans, I am not moving. Do your math first and move. Or tell me when I expect to be coming after I relocate to the other side. Then you agree. So, on the issues of health insurance, again, we've had many problems in the county governments. We tried during one. These people are greedy, very greedy. Everyone wants to do their own thing. We suggested that we pool everything for all the county governments. None of them would want to hear any of that. Even the Kahura, they would not hear any of it. They want to do it independently because they know the games they play in those insurance manuals. They probably underpay the policies so that they don't give us much benefits. Delay the initiation times of the policies. So if it's a 12-year period, they delay not releasing information to you so that you don't make claims. And then it's paid like a 10-month policy period, but paid on record 12 months. So the information is shared to you late in time so that they get some savings from non-claiming on that policy product. And then it's cut down on benefits, and just because you just want to play. And then it becomes very difficult now, like what you said. How do we add other members on board? You see, it's locked. And let's say you have an additional member of the family as a period of the existence of our policy. What are the terms of onboarding new dependents? So if the policy documents are not clear, they should be not allowed to exist. So, and we have a very strong CPA that says we have to be party members before they partake a policy cover that gives us our benefits. But sometimes they don't want to consult us, they don't want to engage us. We are called at the last minute to the assigning, and that is not okay. So we went to court about it, and somehow they managed to play an interesting game about the matter. It came to the record as it was. It's all is not lost. The fact that Mo is not working, it is all right as members of the county government. So maybe the agricultural persons, the engineers, the other public works people are not talking about it. But they represent the society in that area. And if it's not a rightful product, it's not a rightful product. They go back to the market, get another one or something else to substitute and give as a benefit as they should. On the issues of leave allowance and denial, I'm in Kitui County, and I was just showing Dabji, the Metsup there has said you all must go for leave. You all must go for leave, and it's 30 days, and no one is going to be allowed to accumulate leave days up to 90 days, and they're not substitutable by cash. You all must go. But now he's giving a condition that the head of departments must plan in advance your leave days and give a schedule of how you will go on leave, and you will go. I don't know whether that's a good idea, but that's what is happening in the county government of Kitui. That they say you must go, and if you don't go, they follow you why you didn't go. So it's the other way on this other side where they're just trying to say you not go, and you yourself bring a substitute. We don't have such kind of businesses in Kitui. So you are allowed to go because it's the duty of HR to plan for your substitution and the workplace placement. Because HODs have said, my staff, as per the law, they must. So some HR, again, just like other professionals, maybe they were just in class. So maybe that's why they're not able to be very efficient about what's supposed to be done the right thing. So on the issues of deduction stoppage, Dr. Nyaga owes us money, personally, to the union. We're supposed to claim all that amount of deductions not remitted to the union from him and his other associates. Yes, personally, it's a personal liability because the legal notice on deductions, that 3,000 more. I don't know whether not governor, this guy, Mutua, has withdrawn that legal notice order. It was never withdrawn. The CPA has not been amended or varied or negated, is still in force. So those breaches is what we've gone on for contempt. You've seen the other day when you were poisoning the court on the matters of why these people are very rogue and they cannot come here crying that they should be listened to and that the people of Kiambu are suffering. They are suffering because of their own continuous activities of not adhering to the law. So Nyaga and his associates must consider to pay. And we'll assert it in such a way that we apply the pressure directly to them. Like you saw yesterday, the other day, when SG was struck on the head, that IG former, he is responsible, personally, for not instructing his teams to do the right thing. So when an officer knows that there is a consequence to it personally, sometimes they get scared and they must conform. So that's when the law exists to supervise such processes. On payroll removal, suspensions, interdictions, it's not okay what they've done. You cannot stay out of payroll for more than 6 months, especially if there's nothing formal or a complaint about what is happening. Those random checkdowns on the where you ghost headcounts, it's not a matter of disciplinary disappearance or professional misconduct. It should be written to you that this has happened. And if it's taken more than 6 months, it becomes negated because it did not rectify it within 6 months. And an absence from a head count is not a matter to stop a salary, a full salary stop. Because you're around the next day, the next 48 hours as a claim. And if it's a matter of discipline, it's an interdiction. Interdiction get half pay. So where is the other pay? Well, I'm fully out. So those are loopholes that we should all be vigilant about. It should not happen because we're probably scared about following it up. Speak up, come out confidently, and let's deal with the employer as rogue as they come. It's our duty to not fear rogueness, but we must face it head on. On calling staff thieves and all those funny names. I don't know, these HR people, how the CCs, they're being a little bit problematic. They're not dignifying our professional status. You cannot call a whole group of people thieves when you don't even know what is going on there. It's not right, and an apology is owed. A withdrawal of such inflammatory remarks, it's not right. On public record, they go and say, we apologize for calling this person staff. This is not what happened. Otherwise, it doesn't boost our morale as per what we are being termed as. On the issue of, which is mortgages and car credits, it's still a work in progress. Some counties are affected. We were thinking, when you see, last November, December, we pushed to have regulations under SHAM to consolidate the experience of what we used to have under NHIF. And we made those public officers medical comprehensive insurance regulations under the Public Finance Act. And that is now what is covering under SHAM. Only thing, they have linked it with the premium payment. So if the premium is not paid, your SHAM comprehensive freezes. So that's why we get denied access to that. So the employer must continuously pay that amount to activate or unlock your governments, they still have, we went through a lot to try and reach out the COG to release those funds in a common bigger pool. So that will be like the police, the KDF people, and the other civil servants. So that they can access these cars and these houses. It's not right that a county government keep on saying we have no budget, we have no budget, we have no budget. And they will not plan for the budget. And then they start gaslighting us by saying, even ourselves, even our MCOs don't have these things. Why are you claiming them? So stay put and keep quiet because the MCAs are not claiming. It is in our CPA. If the MCAs are not claiming, it's their issue, it's not our problem. So our problem is, it is given to us, we demand it, it should be given as due. So that is what I would want to share much about today. And to still call for the resilience of ourselves. It's day 4, and it's going to be tiring. It is going to be tiring. We did Nairobi. Nairobi how many days? 39. And Kakamega was 40 as of yesterday, 41. So ni safari. Salaries are good. Threats ndio hizo kila siku. So if you choose to not hear anything, survive this story. Yes.
The strike is protected, isn't it?
Yes. Now for now, how we did it in court with the Dr. Ashika.
So why are they going to stop by salary and it's protected?
Yes, so the absurdity of the law is they are trying to intimidate you by saying you're following the law, you are absent from duty. But literally speaking, you're not absent from duty. You're exercising your legal right to be away from duty because the employer is wrong. So you are essentially protected. And the judge refused to give that order to nullify or negate our strike notice. So our strike is legal as per the circumstances of the experience because these are not fresh matters. We did not strike, and we did not wake up yesterday to start a strike the other day. We've been here in 2023, 2024, now in 2025, repeating the same things. We did a conciliation, it has given us funny results. We did a warner, it has returned output to it. And now they want another round again. The judge was of the opinion that this is just now becoming a circus. It's not okay. Something must be done. The judge is with us, and that's the experience we shared in the court. So we remain put.